40-50% ኢነርጂ ፍላጎት እያሟሉ መሄድ ከፍተኛ የማመንጨት አቅም ዲማንድ ስለሚያደርግ
fulfilling 40 to 50% energy demands every year requires a good amount power generation. A lot have been done in facilitating the infrastructure in the industry sector. To speak about key commodity in the industry sector, in forward linkage of using metals, the nation has built a capacity of melting scrap for local consumption. The next step will be on how to produce the ore and use it completely for the domestic production.
The committee has identified several critical issues, including the availability of foreign currency and power supply, and is implementing measures to resolve the challenge. As a result, the power supply to the sector has increased by 50% this year compared to the previous year. Additionally, there has been a significant enhancement in cement production within the country aimed at meeting domestic demand while also creating capacity for exporters. He noted that the nation's industrial production capacity has reached 61%, with 55 new factories beginning operations this year alone.
Still moving on, Deputy Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Mr. Tamasgen Turena, says diversity is the soul of Africa, the foundation of our history and the promise of its future. The Deputy Prime Minister made the remark at the opening of a 5-day East Africa Art and Culture Festival, which began yesterday at the newly inaugurated Addis International Convention Center under the theme Promoting Collaboration Through Art and Culture. Aklilu Gabru.
Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Turena, along with other high-level government officials, presided over the opening ceremony of the East African Art and Cultural Festival. The event aimed at fostering collaboration and a unity among East African nations through arts and culture. More importantly, the festival has brought together cultural groups from Ethiopia, Rwanda, Burundi, Djibouti, Uganda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Somalia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo and Kenya, showcasing the region's diverse traditions and artistic heritage. In his statement, Tamasgen said Ethiopia is proud to host the regional event.
አፍሪካውያን የጥንታዊ ሰው መገኛ ብቻ አይደለንም። የጥንታዊ ባህሎች፣ ቋንቋዎች
Africa is a continent of many voices, many traditions, and many faiths. We speak different languages, carry different histories, and yet we are bound by something deeper, our shared identity, our collective strength. Our cultures do not stop at borders. They flow across them, shaping and enriching the world as they go.
Ethiopia, the cradle of humankind, has long been a bridge between civilizations, a place where cultures meet and thrive. Through its history, Ethiopia has championed the power of cultural diplomacy, bringing people together, strengthening connections, and laying the groundwork for a more united, peaceful, and prosperous region, the Deputy Prime Minister asserted.
በምስራቅ አፍሪካ ሀገራትም ሆነ በሀገራችን የሚገኙ የብዝሃ ባህል ሀብቶች
Now, more than ever, we must embrace the richness of our diversity as a source of unity. By accelerating our shared heritage, fostering understanding, and harnessing the power of art and culture, we can build a future rooted in cooperation, sustainable development, and lasting peace.
Ethiopia's agricultural reform is part of a broader national transformation focused on boosting productivity, promoting self-sufficiency, and improving livelihoods, particularly for smallholder farmers through initiatives like land expansion, irrigation, and technology adoption. Coffee production and export, in particular, has been given due attention to further its significant collaboration in the national economy. Our reporter Leta Teresa has joined me with more information on this matter. Leta, thank you for joining me, and what can you tell us more about this activity?
Thank you, Adus, for having me. Today we are going to talk about Ethiopia's economy, the contribution of agriculture in upholding this fast-growing economy. To give an overview on Ethiopia's economic growth, last year Ethiopia has registered 8.1 economic growth, and this fiscal year it has been working hard to achieve an economic growth targeting 8.4 economic growth rate. Yesterday, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, while addressing the House of People's Representatives, highlighted about the performances achieved over the last 8 months with regards to achieving this economic growth. He said the major economic indicators have shown a significant progress in the aforementioned time, and if this momentum is sustained in the remaining months of this fiscal year, that is 4 months, Ethiopia is expected to register an economic growth even exceeding 8.4% targets. When we come to the agricultural sector, it is a vital sector for Ethiopia's economy, contributing to 35 to 37% and it also highly contributes to GDP, employment, foreign exchange earnings, and ensuring food security. When we come to the reforms introduced in the agricultural sector following the national reform or a political change that took in Ethiopia took place in 2018, where Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, came to power through reform. The East African nation has implemented massive economic reforms with giving priority to agricultural sector, because it is an important sector.
The backbone of the economy.
It creates the large portion of employment for millions of Ethiopians, apart from ensuring food security. Agricultural product is a source of foreign currency earning for the East African nation, and particularly coffee is the major one, and
takes the lion's share.
It plays a significant role in generating foreign exchanges for Ethiopia. When we see this performance, yesterday Dr. Abiy told the House of People's Representatives that Ethiopia's coffee export sector has seen a significant change, and he reminded that Ethiopia used to earn about 700 million USD exporting coffee in the aftermath of a political change, and this figure has surged in the past few years. That means in the years of reform. If we take this volume last year, Ethiopia has earned 1.4 billion USD from coffee exports by exporting 298,500 tons of coffee. By the way, this surge is both in volume and value. When we see Ethiopia's goal of this year, the East African nation is working to achieve 2 billion revenue from coffee exports with the plan of exporting 400,000 tons of coffee beans. If we see the performance registered in the last 8 months alone, the nation has gained 1.2 billion USD from coffee export. This signifies that this nation will achieve the targeted goal. By the way, this significant surge in Ethiopian coffee export, both in volume and value, is attributed to the reform implemented in the coffee sector, and this reform, coffee export has been dramatically increasing from 2021 since the implementation of this reform. To sum up, Dr. Abiy told the House of People's Representatives yesterday that the coffee sector has seen a dramatic change or a fundamental change. That is why for this our address.
Letta, we do really appreciate for your studio talk news that is mainly focused on Ethiopia's coffee production and the volume, the potential that the country is undertaking so far since 2018. Thank you. The Ethiopian Biodiversity Institute announced that work is being done in partnership with stakeholders to protect water, wetlands from pollution and damage and use them for sustainable development. Ethiopia has a suitable ecosystem for rare and diverse biodiversity resource on a global scale. Daniel Chala.
Expertise in the field stated that it is crucial to properly manage, protect and conserve the resources as water and wetlands are home to many biodiversity. Speaking to Ethiopian news agency, Director General of the Ethiopian Biodiversity Institute, Les Moreyo said wetlands play a significant role in protecting biodiversity from climate change, pollution, floods and drought.
የአየር ለውጥ ሂደቱ ኃይሉ በተፈጥሮ ላይ እንዳይበዛ
The wetland had the potential to minimize the climate change. It has also great importance for the preservation of the environment. So their proper protection and maintenance have many benefits. Wetlands could dry out or disappear due to the urban and agricultural expansion, pollution and the spread of invasive plant species.
He noted that lack of an independent legal framework for the use of wetlands hindered efforts to prevent the problem. Director General of the Environmental Protection Authority, Lalise Name for her part, said one of the powers and responsibilities of the authority granted by law is to strengthen the monitoring of sustainable environmental management system.
Wetland እንደ ውሃ አካል ኪድኒ ከምንላቸው ውስጥ
Wetland is said to be the kidney of nature. Among the resources that are subject to environmental monitoring, water and aquifers are the most important. Efforts are being made in coordination with stakeholders to protect these resources from pollution and damage and to utilize them for sustainable use. A legal framework is being prepared for the use of water bodies.
Head of the Harari Region Culture, Heritage and Tourism Bureau told Abdosh revealed that the renovation work of the Jagol Gumb is underway, maintaining its heritage contents. The Bureau head also mentioned that the number of tourists visiting Harar is increasing in line with the tourism development. Shato Opsi reports.
Harar Jagol is a fortified historic building which has more than 2,000 houses with an exceptional interior design that constitutes the most spectacular part of Harar's cultural heritage. Heritage Sector Head of the Harar Regional State, Amir Ramadan, pointed out that the amazing traditional Harar houses are known as a living museum.
The residents had constructed the houses with their own architectural design. It is because of that we see peculiar features on Harari traditional houses. The designs have their own names such as Dikar, Darbikar. The construction design is similar but the house's style is different. As we say studio, one bedroom and others.
Head of the Harari Regional State Culture, Heritage and Tourism Bureau told Abdosh that the Jagol building was seriously harmed due to illegal construction carried out, tied to the walls, inappropriate use of the area and natural reasons. According to the Bureau head, the work of greening the surrounding of Jagol was initiated and commenced in 2023 and then expanded into renovation of the heritage in general.
At the very beginning, we were undertaking the work of greening the surrounding of Jagol. We were also avoiding constructions done attached to the Jagol wall because they were harming the heritage. In doing so, we constructed roads inside Jagol in 2023-24. At the same time, we carried out the work of cleaning dam areas and making the Jagol conducive for tourists. Expanding our work, we are still undertaking the work of beautifying and making the Jagol attractive for residents and tourists.
Told further elaborated that the renovation of the heritage is well underway, making adjustment with the corridor development.
You've seen Nur Plaza. It was built by demolishing illegal houses attached to the Jagol. Now the original wall of Jagol can easily be seen. Drawing lesson from that, Badr Plaza is under construction. The development work encompasses all parts of the Jogol, inside and outside.
The Bureau head underscores that, in addition to maintaining the heritage, the work being carried out has created a sense of ownership and large participation of the public in the work.
This work has brought great benefits for the nearby community. First, it changed the mindset of the society. It created a sense of belongingness about the heritage. The public participation on the work has increased.
The Bureau head pointed out that the number of tourists visiting Harar city has been increasing, in line with renovation of the Jagwala and other tourism development works being carried out.
Ethiopia's World Trade Organization accession negotiating team led by Chief Negotiator Kasan Gonfe held important discussions with development partners. According to Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration, the discussion was held during the 5th World Trade Organization Working Group meeting in Geneva, Switzerland. Ethiopia has engaged in productive conversations with various development partners about the support required to help the country achieve full membership in the World Trade Organization. During the meeting, Minister of Trade and Regional Integration and Chief Negotiator of World Trade Organization Accession, Kasan Gonfe, emphasized that the discussion were a continuation of talks held on a previous day during the 5th Working Group negotiations. Key partners, including the World Bank, the European Union, India, China, the European Investment Fund, and the World Trade Center, reaffirmed their commitment to providing both financial and technical assistance to Ethiopia throughout the accession process. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala expressed that seeing Ethiopia as a member of a World Trade Organization is one of her key initiatives and assured of her unwavering support. Additionally, she informed us that she would officially reach out to Africa Group and member states to grant her support for Ethiopia's membership accession negotiation, the minister stated. In our final news, the Ethiopian Capital Market Authority has granted license to 5 new capital market service providers in a significant step toward the development and expansion of Ethiopia's financial markets. The new license granted designated service are pivotal to creation of a more diversified and robust capital market in Ethiopia, providing essential services ranging from investment bank and advisory to securities brokerage and dealing, according to the authority. This development is a strong indication that the Ethiopian capital market is maturing and preparing to serve the growing needs of both local and national investors, it was indicated. Until now, the Ethiopian capital market has been limited to 4 licensed service providers, all of which have operated solely as investment advisors. With the inclusion of an investment bank and a securities dealing company, this expansion represents a transformative moment for the market, the Ethiopian Capital Market Authority further stated. Accordingly, these new service providers will contribute to the market steps and efficiency, allowing for better capital raising and investment opportunities and introducing much-needed diversity into the physical landscape. Dear viewers, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.